You got a good
Thank you.
ASMR voice there.
Wait, you didn't hear the beer then? Listen to this.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
All right. Well, on that note,
I just ejaculated my pants.
You're welcome. See, I told you needed the headphones, man.
yeah, they help a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here we are. Once again, live
Three
and direct.
boys.
Three boys here in the room, live and direct from the Sunset District of San Francisco, California. Here we are in mid-April, April 6th.
What time is it?
Mid-April.
8:06.
It's the first week of April.
Close to our normal recording time.
Our latest one yet.
Yeah. We have a special guest, Matthew Reynolds.
A very special guest. Our dear friend, Mateo. What's your middle name, Matt?
John.
Matthew John Reynolds.
Welcome, Matthew John Reynolds.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Matt and I are roommates. Matt's no stranger.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be around on some of these episodes at some point.
He's part of the squad. And today we are talking about crazy stories and injuries we've seen and had while on the trail riding bikes.
It's true. I think if you're a rider, you have some injury stories, and we'll talk about some of our injury stories.
We all have injury stories.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to start?
Mateo, I think you should start because you talked about your shoulder thing. I don't know if I've really heard the full crash story.
It wasn't even a bad
Why
crash.
is your shoulder... I don't know if I know the real story.
See, I
why
feel like
is your
that's
shoulder
always the
messed
problem,
up?
though. It's like none of the crashes are ever, gnarly. It's
Yeah.
always just stupid shit.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, man, that should not have happened.
Yeah.
Same thing with cars crashes. Whatever car crashes happen next to your house, something
Dude,
percentage of them.
I was-
happen.
Well, yeah, you're more likely to
Dude,
get, a
I
car
was
accident or whatever.
biking down Page the other street, and I 2 blocks ahead of me, I saw a wide Audi just slam into a post.
I saw a crash earlier.
And dude, all the airbags blown. The lady was not moving. There were already people opening the door, and she was fine. I just biked through. I just looked, and I was like, okay, I'm already late to work. I cannot stop. So
gnarly.
SF commute.
Yeah.
Okay. My shoulder story.
Yeah, Mateo, what's your shoulder story?
Basically, I was riding at Purgatory Bike Park.
Where's Purgatory Bike Park?
Near Durango, Colorado.
Californians don't know.
Yeah. But I was just riding, and it wasn't even that big of a jump. It was a little 5-10 footer. And I just threw what I thought it was a pretty good whip. And then mid-whip, my shoulder popped out of the blue.
Oh.
And then
So you didn't crash?
No, I didn't crash. And then I landed with my shoulder blown out. And I still didn't crash and got off trail and tried to put my...
Did you hear
So
a pop?
it dislocated?
Yeah, dislocated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I should have cleared that up.
Well, no,
my
I mean,
arm was still attached to me. My shoulder was just dislocated.
But it pops mid-jump?
Mid-jump.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then you landed and just was pulled off the trail?
And then barely made it out, skidded, and pulled off the trail, put my shoulder back in, and got down. It hurt so bad, though.
You popped your shoulder back
I've actually
in?
never dislocated anything. That's one of my greatest fears ever.
Yeah. I've always wondered what it'd be like to pop it back in.
It's pretty bad. It hurts,
me.
dude.
It's just the creepiest looking thing.
It hurts so much.
So then what happened? So you crashed on the jump, you rode down the mountain?
Rode down the mountain, didn't make up of it, and I think the next time I dislocated, it was 3-4 weeks later. I was working at the golf course and doing some shit with the shovel, and it just popped out again.
Yeah,
doing some shit with the shovel, and I was like, oh shit, this is the second time.
Wait, you worked at a golf course?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
You did not know?
No, country club lifestyle.
What do you think I play golf, dude? That's the only
shit.
reason I play golf, because I worked. That's another story. You want to hear that story?
No, we're
That's a
sticking to
different
injuries.
okay.
We're sticking to injuries.
Okay,
That's for another time.
We can
With
say that
Chubbs.
for
We'll
yeah.
bring that up.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're never gonna stop.
No.
That'll be now a 2-hour-long podcast.
Yeah, just about golf.
Yeah.
Apparently our friends golf now.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody golfs. now.
Everybody golfs now.
Does that mean we're rich?
I hope
No, I feel like it's
so. We're rich in
gotten
life.
more people can afford it now, because I feel like I don't know, golfing isn't really that expensive. Biking is more expensive.
I think it's more the stigma
Probably.
around golfing, right?
Yeah,
It was
that's
like,
a
It's the country
it
club
was class
lifestyle.
It
in this
is.
country. Now everyone loves parties and
It is the
shotguns in every
background.
hole.
Yeah, it is the backstory of golf. But anyways, my shoulder kept popping out and popping out to the point that I would if I had my arm up against something and I would sneeze, it would pop out.
Dude, that happened to Jay a lot.
Really?
Like, he screwed up his shoulder and just randomly weird, like, stretches or whatever would just cause it to just pop out.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, that's why shoulders freak me out hella bad when you dislocate stuff, because they take forever.
Yeah. Have you dislocated your shoulder, Matt?
I've never dislocated a shoulder, thank God. Or,
What's your worst injury, Matt?
Damn, I guess I got a few. You guys can attest to this because you were obviously there. My recollection of it is next none.
Superman mode at Pacific.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
4 days after I moved into the house?
Yeah.
I think it was
August 2022.
Yeah, like August 4th.
Your first time living in San Francisco, right?
Yeah,
like
just first time.
Yeah.
First time moving out, moving into the house with you, Jackson, and then we're like, oh, Pacifica, normal day, normal session.
Yep.
For those that know, there's like that really weird, strange shark fin wooden drop thing that leads you into the step up.
After number 7, before the setup jump.
Yeah, like just to the left of what's it called? Career.
Nobody's gonna understand.
Hey, some people they might know.
Yeah. We got a local.
It's after 5, 6, and 7. It's to the
but
left
anyways,
of 7.
you'd see this thing. I was trying to cut it on the inside, and apparently just clipped a pedal, and bike Matt turned 90 midair and just started flying through the sky. Like the whole Ricky Bobby, like, yep, I'm in the air right now. This is bad.
I'm flying through the air.
Yeah. And then just woke up on the ground, really confused as to what happened. So that was a hard one to talk about because I don't really know. Like, I think I get the perspective came from you guys. Like,
yeah, I was
the only thing I remember is clipping, flying through the air. Cool.
Oh, so you remember the clipping?
No, I remember the clip because
I remember the
remember
noise.
getting like twisted and just instantly thinking like, oh fuck, this is going to hurt.
And you remember like the moment?
No,
like,
no. After that, nothing. Like literally just at when I got rotated and like I was still flying. Like that's kind of what I remember.
Oh,
and then I
just
kind of remember like a kick to the ground, and then nothing came back to me until we were like halfway down Boy Scout. Like walking, and then all of a sudden it's just like the reboot kicked in, like after the update, like of a computer. And
yeah, like the Windows noise played.
Yeah, straight up. And I was just like, oh, okay, this is not good. This was not a fun day at all.
So I just remember I'd done a lap, and I think you were behind me, and then I pulled off at like 6, and I was like walking around, and then I was like, oh, Matt's doing the whole line, and then I like just heard like a noise, like a bad noise you don't want to hear mid jump line.
Yeah, we were both watching it.
And then I turned around and I just saw you. It was pretty intense. You were like 15 feet up from the air, in skydiver position.
Hey, you know the like Instagram reel edits where it's like skate 3 and you're just playing even flow. And
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you were Christ air mode. Yeah, you Christ aired it. Yeah,
that's the only thing I really remember.
Yeah, you were full Christ air mode. Oh, and then you yeah, that wasn't good. And then Mateo and I ran over to you, and it got really serious really fast.
Yeah. You were snoring in the ground, face down.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And it was a little scary. We were debating.
Yeah, you were bleeding off your head.
Yeah, my face. My helmet is cracked.
Helmet cracked.
I have it in my room still, but it's cracked from eye all the way back to like the back of my head.
Imagine if you didn't have.
Yeah,
helmet.
It's like cracked. I would be.
You probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah, you would be dead.
Yeah, wear your helmet, kids.
Definitely wear your helmet. Shout out Leah. Thank you for saving my brain.
Yeah. So from our perspective, Matt was laying down snoring, and then
And then there were a couple like people who don't normally ride that area,
and one guy stopped and he was like, "Dude, you might need to take your friend to the
hospital." He was telling us to call an ambulance.
Yeah, call an ambulance.
We were like.
It was like, no, give him a little bit. He's fine.
He's just taking a little dirt nap. He's fine.
Dude, we did. No, we pretended to be chill, but we were freaking out.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
we were freaking out.
I don't know if I want to say this. We could edit this part, but we did have a countdown.
Yes, and it was 2 minutes.
Yeah, we had a countdown, and you were within the last. We're like, if you don't wake up,
wait, it was like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it was like no. I remember 1 minute. I just remember like if you don't wake up,
maybe that was like the shock
or something. But if you don't wake up at this time,
yeah.
Okay, we're actually going to do it. We're going to call 911 and get you airlifted out of here. Like, it's that level. And then within 10 seconds, I remember Mateo, like, we made eye contact. We're like, the shit's about to get real. And then you just popped up. You're like, or something. And then you came to, you're just like, oh, and I was like, Matt, we're gonna walk down the mountain.
Dude,
and you're
well,
just like,
the
okay.
photos you took.
Dude, gnarly.
Like I
right.
love those photos. I honestly look at them weekly. They're so sick. Yeah, I don't remember those at all either.
Yeah, no. And one thing is that you were also like facing down and snoring. And the thing that we did that we shouldn't have done, I think, is
We
that
moved
we
you.
flipped you over.
Yeah,
Because I thought your neck was broken for a second. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, he broke his
But you're,
neck.
you're in the
Because you
dirt.
landed on your face.
to the bright side of all of this.
Oh man.
The fact that I could have broken neck,
Yeah.
back,
And you
shattered
did not break
arms.
a neck,
I
dude.
didn't even hurt my shoulder
Ooh.
that crash. I had a concussion, obviously, and a slightly fractured elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
all
the
things
face was-
considered,
yeah.
That
you
was
got
it,
off, like-
dude.
Oof.
That was the best case scenario and the worst case
Dude,
scenario.
you want to know something crazy I heard on a podcast earlier? Speaking of podcasts, that apparently people who have more Neanderthal DNA recover from injuries faster. And people who have more than 2% Neanderthal, whatever ancestry, apparently have stronger bones and ability to recover. So maybe you're part Neanderthal.
Dude, we
Hell
keep
yeah.
it we keep it primal here in the podcast. Primates primates
Yeah.
only.
Well, Matt, you're a BMXer. You grew up as a BMXer. Do you have any bad BMX injuries?
I mean, I got hurt a lot. I think my two worst injuries, both of them kind of stupid. One of them I was like 180ing into a quarter pipe, and my jeans got caught in the sprocket as I was like trying to pedal backwards, but there was too much of the jean caught in the chain and sprocket where the cranks didn't rotate backwards. So I flew off the bike.
Oh.
And my foot was stuck to the pedal, and basically like my ankle stretched so much that the tendon came and just like snapped part of my ankle.
Oh, shit.
And I just thought it was a bad sprain. But again, only a minor fracture. Rode on it for like 3 weeks, had no idea. And then was like, all right, this still hurts. And then went into the doctor. He's like, how are you doing this? Like, if you had hit just that one right spot again, he's like, you basically would have just blown up your ankle.
Wow.
I was like, oh, cool. But that's really it. Yeah, I think the other big one was I did separate my shoulder at my local skate park in Pleasanton. Shout out the looks of Val Vista, dude.
Val Vista, I knew that was coming.
Woo. But I was doing a tuck no hander over one of the hips, like into the bowl, and you guys know what a tuck is, right?
Yeah.
Just
Does
making
the
sure. Yeah,
does
yeah,
the
like
do the
the
people
whole-
that are listening to the podcast
Yeah,
know?
like
A
bars.
techno hander is a bicycle
Maybe.
maneuver.
Yeah, someone pull it up on Wikipedia. No, basically I was coming back for the bars, and my left hand hit, but my right hand I couldn't find the bar, and I just missed. Clipped the coping of this like 4-foot quarter pipe, and then just straight to the ground.
At Val Vista?
Yeah,
I think I know exact. It was like the spine.
Yeah, it was the second spine into the bowl.
Oh yeah, that
So
concrete. Yeah.
That was always the one I would like trick, especially like tucks, and I just clipped the coping and straight into the ground. It was fantastic.
Dude.
That was another like a little
How old are you?
20.
Oh, okay.
I was like
oh,
just
okay.
out of high school,
Oh, okay.
like kind of in community college.
That would hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were like 14 or something.
No,
but
no.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
it hit, and I got up, and I was like, I'm okay, and then everything got really dizzy, and then started, seeing circles, and I was like, all right,
Well,
I'm gonna lay down for a little
I've
bit.
had a BMX crash too, and it's one of my gnarliest crashes too, and it's again one of the most stupid things I've ever done.
Yeah.
I was dropping into like a 8-foot bowl, and I just didn't lift my front tire, and my front tire skid on the coping, and I basically landed head first on the concrete 8 feet below,
Yeah.
and had a gnarly concussion. Could barely get out of the bowl. And then all the people at the skate park were like, damn, why would you do that, dude?
That was like skate park vibes.
Dude, it's like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you lift your front tire up?
Bro, why'd you suck?
And I was like, I couldn't even reply, dude. Like, everything was bright.
Oh.
Like, bad. I was like super dizzy. Everything was bright for like 30 minutes. Like, I had like super bright lights. And
Concrete straight up sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Concrete's
not
the
wearing a
worst.
helmet either.
You gotta wear your helmet,
Yeah.
Mateo.
I was just wearing a beanie. Oh, dude, that one hurt. And then I drove home like an hour later and went to bed.
Well, now that's been disproven. There's
Really?
no correlation between concussions and falling asleep and brain damage or whatever we were told. That's not
Okay.
true. They actually recommend sleeping because your brain can repair itself
Oh.
in that whatever state.
All right.
Fun fact.
Maybe, I don't know.
Honestly,
Neanderthal,
that
take
Yeah,
naps. It's a
that-
secret.
That gave me a lot of comfort after my Pacifica crash. Jackson's like, "You're fine, you're good."
Just
Like,
go to
he,
bed,
he
dude.
told me exactly that, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna
Go
sleep
nap.
for like 14
Yeah, it's one of
hours."
those like big urban myths that spread.
You slept for 14
Dude,
hours?
I slept a long
And Jackson,
time.
you didn't worry if he wasn't going to wake up or not?
No, because I had just like learned that wasn't a thing.
Unplug the fridge. Unplug the fridge. This has to be in the podcast.
Alright, fridge is unplugged. We're back.
Yeah,
Can't
sorry
have that
about
ringing audio.
right,
Sorry
well,
about that. Jackson.
Floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, floor is yours. Oops. Tongue tied. Floor is yours.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty lucky, all things considered, of avoiding major injuries. Knock on wood. I shouldn't have said that out loud. The worst injury I've had was crashing at Pacifica by myself before work, actually. And if you know Pacifica, you do the qualifier, the first drop, and then there's that right hip or that left hip, whatever you call it. And I just went 100% OTB as you can go. And my bike was like 20 feet ahead of me, cracked my helmet, was totally dazed. And then my shoulder was just like sore. And I was just like, oh, I just must have irritated my shoulder. And little did I know I had dislocated my shoulder. And then I went to a chiropractor like probably 2 months later because it was just like so sore. And then he's like, as soon as I walked in the door, like the second I walked in the door, he's like, your right shoulder's out of place. And then he popped it back into place and it made this loud popping and it felt amazing. But ever since then, I have this
Weird.
weird thing and like just constant like scar tissue
Tell
buildup.
me about it. I have a weird.
Yeah, I haven't had surgery or anything
shoulder.
like that. My most
Yeah,
infamous
thank God.
crash.
No shoulder surgeries.
Yeah, no surgeries. Period.
So then I got surgery on my shoulder, like to repair it, and then I was riding Moab one day and hit this pretty big, like sandstone drop to flat. It was like 5 feet, and it popped out again after my surgery, and it hurt so bad again.
I hope I don't have to deal with something like that.
Yeah. I want a bionic shoulder. Like if there's
Stem
a
cells.
doctor out there that wants to perform like a crazy
Lego Bionics.
experiment on my shoulder, if they pay for my surgery, I'll do it.
Just
I want
pull
a
the
bionic.
Ben Reesberg move, dude. Just don't pay it.
Yeah. Our friend Ben does not pay his medical bills.
Are alive.
Yeah.
It's known.
But my most infamous crash.
Oh, man.
Matt was there for that. It's on YouTube. People know me. I've had people come up to me and ask me, "Are you the guy who did that at Carlmont?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
All
I
right.
am."
Well, the edit was hella good. So
Yeah.
you kind of
Wait, there's an edit?
Yeah.
Oh, I just seen the raw.
Yeah, the Clint
video.
Eastwood
Oh,
and
okay.
but I tried to hit a jump lawn dart, which is if you know Carlmont, like farthest to the left, the kind of the middle section, and Matt, Jay, and I were out riding. I had one of my best days ever on a bike, and it hit a whole bunch of new jumps, and was just feeling the best I felt on a bike. And Matt was hitting lawn dart, and he made it look easy, and I was like, okay, I got that. I've hit all this new stuff. Just add it to the list. Let's keep going. And my YouTube video, I think I left it out, but I say, for better or for worse, I'm trusting you with my life, Matt. And Matt was like, yeah, for sure, I got you. And I still trust you to that level, Matt. And we drop in, and I just didn't manage my speed right, didn't pump.
It's kind of a wet day too.
It was
though.
wet. Just
It was
now looking
running a
back, just
lot.
on the comment cell, just my bike setup. Just I didn't know what I was doing for a jump like that. I just rode off it, just Hail Mary.
Willy nilly.
And then the second I hit the lip and my back wheel, I just remember that feeling, that immediate like, my back wheel's bucked. It's about to go over my head. This is bad. And then just like, okay, hold on, but also be loose. And
Damn.
yeah, that's kind of what I remember. I remember rolling out, and I remember the bike flipping over me. And I remember thinking like, okay, what did I break? Like, when am I going to go unconscious? And then I was like, oh, I'm fine. And then I remember Jay yelling, "Are you good?" And I was like, yeah, honestly, I'm okay. And then I just couldn't stop shaking though.
Well,
'Cause
yeah,
my
the
adrenaline,
shock
the
and the
adrenaline was
adrenaline
so
was
insane. It took about 3 days for the adrenaline to wear off. That was the worst
Damn.
part. And then the week after that, so that was Saturday that crash happened. That Friday they announced lockdown. So it was like right before
Whoa, it was
COVID.
really that close.
Yeah,
Right
so I remember
before I
like
met
right
you.
when COVID hit,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I can recover from this injury." Like I was scraped up and bruised up. I
Yeah.
just didn't break anything. Like I was hurting though. But I was like, "Oh, I can take these 2 weeks to recover from that injury at Carlmont." And then
Psych.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And then you met me like 2 weeks later.
So that was the craziest part, though. I had no idea that crash happened. Because I towed you in.
Yeah.
So I just hear screaming. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, Jackie just nailed it. Like, I was so hyped. I was like, yeah, he fucking hit it. And I turn around. I'm like, where the hell's Jackson?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that one was.
Everybody was like, ooh. No,
yeah,
no,
Jay,
what?
and like Jay's version of it, he's like,
oh no.
he's like, oh yeah, oh no, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, just falls down.
Yeah, and then you hear like,
Yeah.
I had that. But my most like actually affecting injury was playing basketball at a work training. They had this like little team building exercise.
And was it in front of all your coworkers?
It was in front of all my coworkers. It was for a YMCA camp training, and we had to do this like who could run to the ball the fastest. And I was against like a big dude. I'll leave him unnamed. And I was like, I got a little competitive. I was like, I'm faster than this guy, and so I just went full sprint and jumped for the ball. And then when I landed down, I just popped my ankle. And I just immediately, it felt like a hot balloon. My ankle just like swelled up, and then I couldn't walk on it I completely tore the tendon, but didn't need surgery, luckily. But that was my number one worst injury I've ever had. Was it a YMCA or work training? But
Dude,
the problem with Jackson, not the problem. It's not a problem.
the problem
at
with
all.
Jackson is yes.
This man is just like a walking magnet for injuries, though. Not
Oh, God,
his,
here it
just
is.
rolling up on people that are hurt or. Like, I've had my worst crashes with Jackson. Thank God I've had them with Jackson. Because Jackson's handled it.
I'm cursed.
Jackson wiped out in front of me at the Pacific Step Up once. And I landed on his face.
That is true.
Yeah, that's a
Mateo
good one.
landed on. I forgot about that one.
Bro, you're so dumb for that.
Okay.
Well, quick disclaimer. If you ever ride with Jackson May and he goes to tell you, oh, somebody, just stop him right there in his track. Because he's going to tell you somebody.
Do you know why it's
crashed
called
at this
career
spot.
ender?
Yeah, and probably give you the full, like, history of it and the day it happened and exactly what happened to that person.
Yep.
And immediately kills your mood to hit something big.
Oh man. Yeah.
Love you,
I
buddy.
got to work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a time, again, at our spot we always ride, and we were hitting the step up, and I forgot Mateo was following me in a train.
We were doing a train.
We were doing a train.
Jackson was following
I was
me.
leading the train, and I, halfway through the lap, somehow forgot that I was leading a train, and I tried to do the biggest whip I possibly could. Just like as far out, and I was like, it's the step up. I'm just basically going to land sideways on the step up and see what happens. Forgetting you were behind me.
And homie completely slides out in the landing.
And I just remember hitting the ground and being like, oh my God, Mateo's behind me. And as I had that thought, I looked up. I see his tire tread. I see the Maxxis treads literally go over my face. And and that was fine.
Yeah, you were wearing a full face helmet.
Yeah, you landed on my full face, yeah, so it was no big
But Jackson wipes out in front of me, and I just remember my fucking front wheel going over your helmet, and then my bike just stopping with my brand new fork.
Yeah, there's a permanent stanchion in Mateo's Fox 38
yeah,
from my helmet.
Just left a big old dent in my fork. Brand new fork, but it's okay. Jackson was all right, even though I landed on his face.
Yeah, all things considered, we got off lucky.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Anyways,
well, we're at 23 minutes, so that's pretty short and sweet.
I think we should.
So, all right, I think
Let's keep going and we can edit it down.
Yeah.
We're gonna
This wasn't my injury, but this is kind of like my Jackson May story of like
I don't like the way that starts.
injuries that I like.
All right, I'm gonna go grab a quick beer. Keep saying this.
Go. Yeah, we'll just kind of improvise.
An injury that I kind of like oversaw and had to like take care of, like first aid wise, I guess, and just be helpful. But I used to work kind of like you, like at a Boy Scout camp.
Mm-hmm. Willits?
Yeah. And,
what you talking about, Willits?
Yeah, what you talking about, Willits? At Wente Scout Reservation, for those who know. Yeah, the shit.
Awesome spot.
Super fun spot, actually. But I was a mountain bike counselor there, and part of it was we had to teach like bike maintenance. So that involves like, shifting, cleaning, just your typical maintenance, whatever it might be, like dropping a shifting cable, putting a new one in, shit like that. So we have it in the stand, and my buddy Alex is, going through, he's pedaling, and he's going through the gears, and he's just, telling him, he's like, all right, well, if it skips, like you probably need to add, more tension onto it. And some kid's just looking, he like saw us from like a mile away. He pulls up his finger, and the back wheel's just spinning. He kind of just looks at his finger and then goes, and then just inserts it into the rotor.
Like a fully spinning.
Yeah, like it's
Into the rotor.
Yeah, just a wheel, just
That had happened to me at my
full
first
speed,
bike.
and he just goes and just kind of puts his finger into the rotor and was just.
Oh God.
I was like, what the hell are you thinking? But also, he's like 12-year-old. I don't know, hyped up on sugar from like
What happened?
14 sodas. Well, he just hits shock, so he doesn't scream or anything like that. And I'm like, and then Alex just like calmly but sternly is like, Matt, I need the first aid kit and I need the medic. And I was like, all right, yeah, like, we had kids that would fall all the time and like, they'd freak out because like their injuries weren't similar to like what we're used to when we're riding, And then Alex is like, no, medic, first aid kit, now. And then I look up and the kid's just holding his finger with his like hand over it.
Cut it clean? Oh no.
It didn't cut it off, but like it hit like, muscle and tissue and all that. And there's just like, he's holding it up, like putting pressure on it. And there's just blood pouring through Alex's hand.
Oh, Jesus. Don't stick your finger in a rotor.
Yeah, so
that happened to me once. I put my finger in.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my first hardtail with disc brakes.
Dude,
why?
Because I was just like messing around. It wasn't on purpose. I was not like that kid. I didn't like look at my finger and then put it in. But I was like just messing with the rotor and my wheel, thankfully, wasn't spinning too fast. But I just like was messing with the brake and my finger got caught and I didn't realize my finger position. And then it just flunk went off and cut like a kind of big chunk out of my fingernail and kind of hurt.
Kid ended up with like 12 stitches.
Oh my God.
Came back later that day and I was like, dude, are you okay? He's like, hell yeah, I'll be at mountain biking tomorrow. And I was just like, no, you won't.
Dude, on that note of...
May I interrupt real quick?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Chris Pop.
Continue.
On the note of mountain biking coaching industries, maybe some people listening to this will know that I was a mountain bike coach for an extended period of time. And there was one incident where I was teaching kids how to like ride down a hill, try to get them comfortable. And we're in Golden Gate Park, rolling down this hill, wide open grass hill. And I have my bike probably 20 feet away from me. And I just tell the kids, like, all you have to do is look at me and just ride down the hill. And this one kid goes, as soon as he drops the hill, he just makes direct eye contact with my bike 20 feet from me and just fixates on it. And then as soon as he does that, he decides to bail and takes both of his feet off the pedals and just does like the sledding, like whee, like up in the air. And he just goes straight shot for my bike. And I started like sprinting towards him. And he got to the bike before I could. And he hit my bike. He put a big fucking scratch in the top tube and did a lot of damage, but he couldn't know that. He flipped over and knocked out his 2, 3, or 4 teeth.
Whoa.
And it was... Yeah, I just looked up and he's like bleeding out of his mouth and he has all these like teeth missing. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm about to get fired. I'm not supposed to be doing this with the kids. Like,
wait, going down a grass hill?
Well, it's a bike camp, but I still, you panic. You're in charge. You're responsible for the kids, and you're like, okay, what the hell? And so I went up, like, I call his mom, and then through crazy circumstances, mom was a dentist, and then he came back 3 days later with like fake teeth installed, with no problem. She's like, oh, I think it's awesome that he's riding. He should get back up and try it again. So that was a cool ass mom, actually. Shout out to her. But that feeling.
What was her name? Well, you don't have to
I
discuss
remember that. But
cool mom alert.
Yeah, but dude, camp injuries are
they're
the worst. I could go all day about camp injuries.
Okay, let me see if I have a good one. I got bucked on a big jump at Angel Fire Bike Park once and landed on my back.
Where's Angel Fire Bike Park?
In New Mexico.
Damn,
it's Candyland at the Candyland jumps.
Mateo's the traveled one.
Yeah. Mateo's ridden more places in the US.
I got the Zazon, as some may say. This is like a seasoning. Anyways, a really bad reference. It's like a big 30-foot dirt table. And I was following a friend and I got too close and like panicked midair because I thought I was going to hit him. So I like hit the brakes and immediately like started like rotating forward, landed with my front wheel and just like bounced off, did a front flip, landed on my back. And I kind of like walked out of it, like no problem. And then like my back felt like, my back.
Well, you
hurts.
landed on your back.
Yeah, I landed, and then I was like, ooh, my back hurts a little bit. And then I go to my friends, couldn't ride my bike because my front wheel was so tacoed that it couldn't clear the
Damn.
fork. And so I walked to my friends, and I'm like, "Yeah, I ate shit on that big jump. Can you like look at my back? It like hurts." And then my friends were like, "No, yeah, you're fine, dude. Just like go down the hill and go rest." And then I go down the hill, dude, and fucking look at my back, and I lost like half the skin on my back.
Oh, shit.
Like I had the gnarliest road rash I've ever had on my back.
That's brutal.
And all my friends were like, "Well, we drove 5 hours to be here. Like, I think we're gonna do some more laps and
Those are shitty friends.
then go and drive 5 hours back to Durango." So then
What'd you do?
I literally put a clean shirt and just sat in the truck for like 3 hours waiting for him. And then we drove
God.
5 hours back to Durango.
That sounds
And-
horrible.
Yeah, and me sitting on a moving truck that was bouncing all the time.
Oh God.
Yeah. And then that shower was horrible, dude.
Jesus, that sounds horrible.
My shirt was sticking to my back and shit.
Yeah. God.
But yeah, that's another story I have. So should we finishing statements?
Yeah. Well,
That was
it's part of the game.
that was so bad.
Here, you got these bitches out here. You got these hoes. Shit, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Oh my god!
If you're
that's
gonna
funny.
ride,
Matt,
if you're gonna ride
yeah.
bikes, you're gonna crash.
Yeah,
I think that's
a
like
good lesson.
if there's followers, listeners out there that are thinking about trying to ride bikes, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, you're gonna crash.
It's gonna be fun, but you're gonna crash.
But you also
and you're
gotta
gonna crash a lot.
Yeah, you also gotta learn how to crash.
Yeah,
You have
but
to learn how to
you
crash.
only learn
That's
that
an
through
important part. That can be another
falling.
whole.
I feel like we should circle back to this the next time
Yeah.
we crash and
Yeah.
we're butthurt
Yeah.
and our egos are mad and we're like,
Yeah.
we shouldn't ride mountain bikes. We should.
Honestly, it's
Circle
gotten
back
to the
to that.
point, man, where sometimes I get like a good crash where it like doesn't hurt, wasn't
Yeah, and you
anything
roll out
gnarly,
of
but I'm
it,
like,
but
all
you're
right.
still
Yeah.
shook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Still
a little shook, but
yeah.
like you're like, all right, my
I still got it.
yeah, I still got it, and then on top of that, like it's kind of reset. So you're like, all right, I scatter all the falls into little small ones rather than like one big ass one, and bank that like
Reset the crashometer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta wrap this down. I feel like we're on a good point.
We're at a good point. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. These are our injury stories.
Yeah.
They're mediocre, but they're all right. Nothing too crazy, but pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
Think
good.
the idea is
Pretty good stories for our standards.
Yeah. Hope our
you're gonna have them. It's gonna happen.
hope our pain was entertaining for you guys.
And Jackson,
And don't
take-
stick your finger in
take-
spinning rotors.
take the closing words. Yeah, wrap it up.
Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna start lining up some guests soon and hoping to have some more, entertaining episodes. Maybe might even start adapting to some video. Who knows?
Hey.
But thanks for listening. I'm Jackson,
I am Mateo.
Matt.
and thanks for listening to the Freehub Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in. Good night.